And he said, "Whoever finds the meaning of these words will not taste death." Jesus says, "The one who seeks should not cease seeking until he finds. And when he finds, he will be dismayed. And when he is dismayed, he will be astonished. And he will be king over the all." Jesus says, "If those who lead you say to you, 'Look, the kingdom is in the sky,' then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, 'It is in the sea,' then the fishes will precede you. Rather, the kingdom is inside of you and outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will realize that you are the children of the living Father. But if you do not come to know yourselves, then you exist in poverty, and you are poverty." Jesus says, "The person old in his days will not hesitate to ask a child 7 days old about the place of life, and he will live. For many who are first will become last, and they will become a single one." Jesus says, "Come to know what is in front of you, and that which is hidden from you will become clear to you. For there is nothing hidden that will not become manifest." His disciples questioned him, and they said to him, "Do you want us to fast? And how should we pray and give alms? And what diet should we observe?" Jesus says, "Do not lie, and do not do what you hate. For everything is disclosed in view of the truth. For there is nothing hidden that will not become revealed, and there is nothing covered that will remain undisclosed." Jesus says, "Blessed is the lion that a person will eat, and the lion will become human. And anathema is the person whom a lion will eat, and the lion will become human." And he says, "The human being is like a sensible fisherman who cast his net into the sea and drew it up from the sea filled with little fish. Among them, the sensible fisherman found a large fine fish. He threw all the little fish back into the sea, and he chose the large fish effortlessly. Whoever has ears to hear should hear." Jesus says, "Look, a sower went out. He filled his hands with seeds, and he scattered them. Some fell on the path, and the birds came and pecked them up. Others fell on the rock and did not take root in the soil, and they did not put forth ears. And others fell among the thorns. They choked the seeds, and worms ate them. And others fell on good soil, and it produced good fruit. It yielded 60 per measure and 120 per measure." Jesus says, "I have cast fire upon the world, and see, I am guarding it until it blazes." Jesus says, "This heaven will pass away, and the heaven above it will pass away. And the dead are not alive, and the living will not die. In the days when you consumed what was dead, you made it alive. When you are in the light, what will you do? On the day when you were one, you became two. But when you become two, what will you do?" The disciples said to Jesus, "We know that you will depart from us. Who then will rule over us?" Jesus said to them, "No matter where you came from, you should go to James the just, for whose sake heaven and earth came into being." Jesus said to his disciples, "Compare me and tell me whom I am like." Simon Peter said to him, "You are like a just messenger." Matthew said to him, "You are like an especially wise philosopher." Thomas said to him, "Teacher, my mouth cannot bear at all to say whom you are like." Jesus said, "I am not your teacher. For you have drunk, you have become intoxicated at the bubbling spring that I have measured out." And he took him and withdrew, and he said 3 words to him. But when Thomas came back to his companions, they asked him, "What did Jesus say to you?" Thomas said to them, "If I tell you one of the words he said to me, you will pick up stones and throw them at me, and fire will come out of the stones and burn you up." Jesus said to them, "If you fast, you will bring forth sin for yourselves. And if you pray, you will be condemned. And if you give alms, you will do harm to your spirits. And if you go into any land and wander from place to place, and if they take you in. Then eat what they will set before you. Heal the sick among them, for what goes into your mouth will not defile you. Rather, what comes out of your mouth will defile you. Jesus said to them, If you fast, you will bring forth sin for yourselves. And if you pray, you will be condemned. And if you give alms, you will do harm to your spirits. And if you go into any land and wander from place to place, and if they take you in, then eat what they will set before you. Heal the sick among them, for what goes into your mouth will not defile you. Rather, what comes out of your mouth will defile you. Jesus says, when you see one who was not born of woman, fall on your face and worship him. That one is your father. Jesus says, perhaps people think that I have come to cast peace upon the earth. But they do not know that I have come to cast dissension upon the earth, fire, sword, war. For there will be 5 in one house, there will be 3 against 2, and 2 against 3, father against son, and son against father. And they will stand as solitary ones, Jesus says, I will give you what no eye has seen, and what no ear has heard, and what no hand has touched, and what has not occurred to the human mind. The disciples said to Jesus, Tell us how our end will be. Jesus said, Have you already discovered the beginning, that you are now asking about the end? For where the beginning is, there the end will be too. Blessed is he who will stand at the beginning, and he will know the end, and he will not taste death. Jesus says, Blessed is he who was before he came into being. If you become disciples of mine and listen to my words, these stones will serve you. For you have 5 trees in paradise that do not change during summer and winter, and their leaves do not fall. Whoever comes to know them will not taste death. The disciples said to Jesus, Tell us whom the kingdom of heaven is like. He said to them, It is like a mustard seed. It is the smallest of all seeds, but when it falls on cultivated soil, it produces a large branch and becomes shelter for the birds of the sky